Welcome back to another episode of
Another in the Fire.
I'm glad you guys joined us for 2026. Woo woo.
Yeah, we made it.
We're in a new year, and I hope you guys are still following us and
and healthy.
And all your goals are still coming along, and you have not gave up. And
yes.
and if you fell off, it's okay, get back on. It's just week 3 of the year, so you should be. Is it week 3? Week 4.
1. Today's the 5th.
January 5th. When we go live, when this goes out.
My bad.
2 weeks into the
2 weeks. I was like,
2 weeks into the year. So
guys, today's gonna be fun. Just to throw everybody off, we literally got here. Everything was set up and ready, so we jumped on the couch and started recording within like a few minutes.
Yes.
So we haven't even mingled. We haven't talked. It's like fresh.
Clearly, I'm not thinking straight.
Did you guys notice we're all having the same color tone?
Oh, we do.
Okay.
Y'all are for real with black pants. I almost wore black pants, and then I was like, no.
You like compliment us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like the same color scheme. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
a little bit of
Not
both y'all.
planned.
Not at all. We just noticed.
Great minds
You're a
think
mixture of
alike.
both of us.
Well, thank you guys for jumping on. I hope you guys enjoyed the last episode. We had our first guest speaker for the year. If you guys have not watched that, I encourage you to play it after this episode, and you guys will truly enjoy it. I know I did, because it was somebody dear to my heart and my life. So
And you gotta go watch it to find out who that is.
Yes.
Don't stop this one though. After.
Yeah. So, ladies, how's y'all New Year's been going? How's y'all's week?
It's been going. So, we typically fast at the beginning of the year. So, we are having a good, fun beginning of the year. It is challenging, but we always, we talk to the girls, we talk to each other about, pick something that is going to stretch you, challenge you. It shouldn't be easy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's, when people are hangry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun. So that's how our week is going.
Yeah. New Year's has been a new year.
Yeah.
Same shit.
New year.
Can I say that? I already said it. Oh well.
We can do this. I think that's sign language.
Is that what it means?
Like BS. Oh, if you're listening and not watching, it's the bull BS.
I don't know.
Just
but
Google sign language for BS. No, but we fast also, and it has been stretching me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On day
This
1.
is going to be the year.
Yeah.
It's going to be either I explode or I grow up more.
Yeah. Or you grow.
Hey, it's a win-win.
Hey, we should hashtag something, make a shirt, explode or grow.
Yes, somebody make it for us.
This year's been good. I mean, we also do the fast. We do this is with our church that we go to, that we attend. We do a corporate. Is that what we call it?
Yeah.
A corporate fast at the beginning of the year. So yeah, we're on it as well, and it's been good. And also we have a trip planned.
That's what I was going to say. If you follow us on social media, we took a trip, and we hope that you saw it.
Yes. Because we did upload videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
TikTok and
I hope you guys
Yes.
enjoyed them, and go show some love, share, comment, anything,
Yeah.
show your support.
For this new year, please make sure you go follow us on social media, because we will be doing a lot more of live things,
Yes.
interactive things. But we will be doing them on our social media platforms, so make sure you are following us.
Yes.
Yes.
We make fun videos. I mean, we're funny.
It's only gonna get funnier, right? Explode or grow. Y'all might see both.
We're gonna have to use that explode
or
grow. Pick. We're gonna pick.
Why can't I do both? I'm just the type of person who just does both.
Yeah, just explode and then grow from it.
And then grow from it. Like, I have to learn my lesson.
Yeah.
So, as we're starting this new year, we thought this topic would be great, because if you catch yourself feeling this way or thinking this way, then you can probably catch yourself and change your perspective and change your thought process on it. So what we're talking about today is about when insecurities show up. I feel like we all go through it. We all struggle with something in insecurities, but we're going to go deeper into insecurities, like not only by physical or anything like that, but it goes beyond that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to touch on that, and I think
I literally forgot about the topic.
Yeah, there really are
like, what are we talking about?
surface level insecurities. We all know them. We all have them.
Mm-hmm.
We are not just talking about that. Like, we want to get into real insecurity.
The real deal.
Yeah, so start naming it. Insecurity is something that we all deal, even when we look confident, because can't we be confident and walk in there, but then we have that voice inside of you just lying to you or like making you feel so insecure, but you can't really see it on the outside because
you've gotten so good at masking it,
or you're just going with the flow that you're just like used to it, and you fight in public, you put on this front that you're like confident or you don't have any insecurities, but then behind closed door you're struggling with it, because I know, if I can be completely honest, I know I have multiple insecurities, and I've worked through them and learned how to go through them and heal them, and just honestly really learning the root of it, because I feel like it all comes from something. It's not like it's either a failed relationship, the way you grew up, something that really hurt you that you haven't healed from, that will bring that insecurity. Even at the job, you didn't get that promotion, you didn't get, insecurities can look different. It can look definitely not just physical.
They come in like many different facets.
Even in like family order, like oldest child to youngest child, and the ones in the middle.
Yes.
That middle child syndrome is real,
it's
guys.
real.
Hey, I was a middle child.
It's usually a lot of insecurities that they have because I'm not the oldest and I'm not the youngest. So where do I land?
So let's start with the conversation of like, when we compare ourselves to others, like physical, like why does she look like that and not me? Like I know for the longest, like I was very insecure. I always grew up like heavyweight, and I was always like, I'm not gonna say the F word, which is F-A-T.
P-H-A-T. She was not P-H-A-T.
She was juicy.
But I was, hey, the thickness is on right now.
The thickness has been in for a long time.
For real.
But thickness to people is like big butt, big thighs, big boobs, little waist. That's
not.
See, I don't got the little waist.
That's like
that's not chubby.
That's slim thick. That's not thicker than a
talking
Snicker.
about thick.
So like a lot of it growing up, I was always, and then not only that, like insecure of my weight, the way that I was I grew up because my nickname was Gorda. My nickname was as a younger was like Gorda or Macetas, which means like I don't know how to translate it. It's like Macetas. I don't know. I really don't know how to translate. It's like pot, like a big pot, like a pot. I don't know.
Pots? It's these little childhood nicknames though. They give us insecurities. Let's start there.
Just see my face when you're trying to explain that. I'm just like, I'm thinking tables, pots and pans. Like, where are we going with this?
It means big.
You know la loteria, you know when you play loteria, the Mexican loteria, and then they're like the moon, whenever it was maceta, which was like a pot where they have the flowers, but it can have another meaning in Spanish. They would say Claudia, like, and it was the maceta.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so I didn't really think it was like a big deal until older. I was just like, oh my god, I'm so insecure. I don't know this. You know, I feel weird and stuff like that. But I didn't realize, and of course my parents and my family didn't know any better. They thought it was something cute or whatever.
Yeah.
But in my head, it played a factor. And I didn't realize that until as I got older and I was healing.
And people were still calling you that?
Yeah, and then I was just like, okay, what? No, wait. So, insecurities like that, I'm sure you had that aunt and that uncle or your mom or dad that called you some type of name that made you feel, as a child, like...
It was funny.
No, I feel like it did affect me as a child, but everybody was laughing and everybody was like, you put up this front.
Like, yeah, that's funny.
You put up a front that you're like, okay, but
like
then I didn't realize the internal part of it, until I grew up. That's one example, that's just my physical.
Well, that's making me think, like, I nickname kids all the time. Well, but not on purpose, but because it's like cute, like, hey, little chubby, whatever, you know, like, I don't know, like something cute.
So, no, I'm here to tell you it's not cute. You're traumatizing that kid.
Yes. If they ask you, don't call them that, then don't call them that. Like, we deal with that in our house, too. I'm not going to say the nicknames, but the girls don't really like a specific one that John calls them. And I'm like, stop calling her that. She doesn't like it. Like, but it's already been out there, and her friends know it. And so I'm like, I'm sorry, girl. Like, I can't.
I didn't grow up with people having, like, nicknames, because to me that would have been, like, cute.
Yeah.
No, I completely got called out, like, 4 eyes, that's insulting.
Yeah.
But still creates insecurities right off the jump. But something cute like that, I would have never thought that would give them an insecurity, because, you make it cute.
I didn't really get a nickname from, like, family or anything like that, but I developed, like, soon with my class, like, at school, I developed early, and that was a big insecurity for me, because I'm like, okay, like, rumors started at school, like, oh, she stuffs her bra, and I'm like, well, now I don't even want to change in front of y'all, but I kind of want to, so you could see that it's not, but... I had insecurities about my body because of that. Not really like what my family did. Yeah.
I think we all kind of go through it comparing and having those insecurities about our body or the way we look. But what about beyond that? Whenever you can't hold a conversation with somebody, whenever you don't know you don't want to reply incorrectly, because, that's something big too that I'm just like all these insecurities on me. Yeah. That I had to learn through it, and this is as growing up, like having overthinking on text messages, like diving deeper into like why are they saying that? Are they really?
I overthink everything.
Yeah.
Everything I overthink. Do you? Like I overthink text messages. I overthink conversations, like conversations that you have with somebody, and then you play it over and over in your head, like. Did he say something wrong? Yeah. Did I say it right? Did I say it how I meant it? Like, and then I'm replaying their facial expressions, and oh man, I hope they didn't think this or that. Like, I really overanalyze a lot of things, and then it tends for me like over explaining myself. Like I do that a lot too.
I feel like I do that a lot, but I don't think it comes out of an insecurity. I feel like I want you to know the whole story. For you to understand me.
You're about the details.
I don't know, like, I think insecurities can play in different way, like the needing the constant reassurance, like you need constantly somebody to reassure you that you're okay or that you look good or whatever that may look that you're,
So when you had that nickname and it did affect you, how did that affect you? Like, what did you start doing because you were insecure about it?
Working out. Well,
what did you not do?
Okay,
because you were
so
insecure?
Whenever I was always dressing baggy, I didn't want to like show
your
my
figure.
show any kind of figure or anything like that. I was very shy. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was very like to myself, or if they talked about any kind of physique body, like, oh, she's skinny or whatever, now I would like cringe. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh, they're going to say something about my body, like something like that. So, and it was like throughout school. Yeah. It was all throughout school. And now as an adult, like, I learned not to give a crap. I work out and I'm content where I'm at. So I'm like, whatever. Like, I think, but I feel like that came with my confidence. Like, healing that part made me more confident. Like, but it took time for me to get there.
Yeah. So my appearance was an insecurity. One, because they did make fun of me because I wore glasses. And I hated taking pictures.
I'm like, what's wrong with glasses?
Well,
yeah, we all wear them.
I'm not going to say my age, but a long time ago, that wasn't cute. It was a big deal. Like, people made fun of you. Or for some reason, they thought nerd was an insult, but look at the nerds running the world. Yeah. Anyway. That part. But in my family, people tend to be more chubby or on the heavier side or whatever. The majority. Anyway, so when people would talk about them, that would make me insecure. And I wasn't chubby. I was always like thin growing up. So now as an adult, when all the weight came on, I'm like, oh my God.
They're I remember. Talking about
yes. It reminds me, like, I know they're talking about me behind my back. I know they are. Like, being on camera, that's why I get shy on camera or anything. Because I've never been.
Like, I know somebody somewhere is screenshotting this and sending it to family.
And looking at my double chin. Like, yes. So that part I do overanalyze is my weight. Like, how did it come out of that
Or like
picture?
an outfit or stuff like
Everything.
that. Or like,
and then you look good this way, but you don't look good this way. So I'm trying to like just walk like this.
Yeah.
Just straight ahead, not sideways.
Have y'all seen that girl on social media? She's like a heavyset girl, and she wears like whatever she wants. Her thing is like, put it the F on. Like, put it the F on. Put it the F on. If you watch this and you know who I'm talking about, please help me, because we go through this all the time and you know what I'm talking about. But she's a thick girl, and I feel like hearing you say that and hearing you talk about it, I'm like, I've been up and down with my weight. I've like been big busted. No butt, big butt, thick hips, no hips. Like, oh, it sucks. But I think of her, like, she has this thing, and she's like, just put it the F on. Like, I mean, she says it. Yeah. And
you think like it's really tops. Coming from, like, confidence, though? Or, like, just that attitude, like, I don't care anymore?
I don't care anymore. And that's how I feel like, I mean, being married, I care a little bit about what I'm wearing and how it's, like, appealing to my body. But most of the time, I'm like, I don't really care what you think I like, the whole like images, and I don't really care what you think I look like. I care what I look like and what my husband likes and doesn't like.
I think it comes to a point in your life, like talking about physical appearance, is like that you really don't care. Like,
you do have to get to that point, or it's gonna hinder you. Like, it hinders me from doing a lot of stuff.
But I think you have like the best fashion. I really do.
And
you pick your.
A long time ago, I used to be like more like vibrant, and then I got talked about at church.
Let's go down
like,
that.
I was too loud for them. I wore red lipstick. I got talked about, so I mellowed out a lot. Like, I wore a lot of black, a lot of neutral colors, and now I'm so used to it because it hides my chubs. Now I want to dress like this, not because people are talking about me, but because now I really want to hide my stuff. And the other day I was like, I need to wear color. Yeah. What is wrong with me? I didn't realize it affected me like that though until now. Now that I actually want to wear other colors, and I felt comfortable. Yeah. Now I'm like, why do I have all this black? Because I like to like hide behind black.
Your security blanket.
Yeah, but I didn't come to that realization until earlier this week, and I was like, man, I remember at church they used to talk about me all the time. Because I came in and I dressed the way I Come in the way you are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that 80s baby you are.
Yeah. They tell you that, and then they talk about you for doing that. Yeah. I was real loud, and then I always had like abstract objects.
Well, your husband still dresses like that.
And he didn't used to a long time ago. Like, he was very monotone, like one solid color. Like, he didn't have all the colorful golf shirts now. Like, we switch roles.
Yeah. You know, I think color scheme, going back to color scheme, my husband's all like, is this too colorful? I'm all like, it is, but because it's fall or winter, you don't wear those colors during this time. You wear, like, deep colors, like, dark colors. And that's why I love fall, I feel like. Anyway, that's
another thing.
But all of that leads to like bigger things. It did make me insecure in how I presented myself to people, because you like to say like I don't care, but at some point when you're doing a certain thing, you do have to care. Yeah. Like a job, your personality, you got to tone it down for your job.
Yeah.
And then people become insecure in other areas of their life because they can't be that way at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I was. I couldn't dress the way I wanted to at church, so I just evolved around that.
Yeah.
Which is strange because everybody dressed crazy.
Everybody. I've been working in the media. I'm like, zoom out. You know what? Switch cameras.
Zoom back in.
But okay, that's so. I feel like everybody deals with something. Sometimes when we take pictures, I'm like, oh, my arms. No, I need to lift it. Or no, that's my bad angle. You always hear those things.
I like this side, not that side.
Yeah.
I think more women deal with body insecurities than maybe men do.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? That's a good question for the men to chime in and tell us.
I think we're more open about it, but men deal with it. They just don't talk about it.
Probably.
Yeah,
we need to leave that for when
Let us know,
men. We need to have a segment on that.
Yes. But what about, let's put aside the way our appearance, but what about I know before you got here, Casey and I were kind of chiming in to like feeling insecure that you don't belong in that room, or you don't belong in that for whatever reason, for your insecurities, because I know
what does that look like?
Like how does exactly, like, we go through that, and well, at least I know I went through it. I feel like I went through physical insecurities, like also in my career, like I felt like I didn't fit in.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to college, I didn't graduate from a prestige college, or I didn't hang around, or my family wasn't like wealthy. It was always something like, oh, I'm not, whatever that case may look like, and I felt so like little that I couldn't speak my mind.
Yeah.
I felt like I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then there was a point in time that I had to like remind myself, if I'm in this room sitting around with these people, it's because God has me here for a reason, and that's where my faith came in here, that's where my faith came in. Like, when I had to remind myself how God sees me and not how other people see me. Like, if I'm here, is a reason or purpose. I'm here, I'm qualified because God qualified me, not because you did, like, and stuff like that. So, and stuff like that, like, not just like, in your job or around a certain friend group or I don't know, like.
So earlier on, when I, like in my 20s, straight out of high school, I went into the insurance business because we had a program for the at-risk children at school, and I was an at-risk kid. So they had a program where they can go and they would teach them like about business and etiquette and how to do interviews and all kinds of stuff. And so I was in that program, and then straight out, one of the presenters who sponsored that program, they gave us jobs. So immediately I had a job, but I was the only Hispanic young girl there. Everybody else was Caucasian, older, 40s, 50s, 60s, like well-established, smart as a whip. And I've never had grandparents or like grew up around older people, so it was completely different for me because I didn't know how to talk to them. Like I came out of high school ghetto, and now I'm in this room full of people from A&M and professionals, and they're wealthy, and people don't really think like insurance is that kind, but it is. Like, they're elite, and they're hanging out with the rich and famous. And so anyway, I always felt like I don't want to talk around them. I don't know the language. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, I had to educate myself on insurance, on office attire, because I didn't know how to dress. Even though it was in a program where they kind of try to teach us that when you get into that environment, I came in with this skin tight, guys, dress. It was short and it was peach. My first day of work. And I heard one of the girls saying, "You can see through that." And I was like, I almost died. And I was like, oh my God, I just want to run out here and go home.
Can I
Yeah, redo, rewind. But I was also coming straight out of high school. So I turned around and I was like, oh, I didn't know that this wasn't a proper color for this office. Like, I was always a talk back kind of person, very defensive. Instead of educating myself on how to dress in an office and, you know, how to be better, I immediately wanted to just pop off on her. And so after that, though, I remember I went home and I was so mad, and I was telling my mom, and my mom was like, well, it is short, it is tight. But my mom worked in an office, and she knew, like, wear a jacket, and so I was looking at her like, yeah, you could have told me that before. Like, you dropped me off at work. Yeah. You know? And it was, when you got into the light, it was more see-through, and I didn't realize that. So you can see my first day of the job, like, you can see my underwear. So I'm here thinking, like, oh my God, these people are gonna think I'm after their husbands or something, because there's a bunch of you know, older professional men in there, in and out. It was such a busy office, and they all had relationships. They all had been working. The youngest one was in her 20s. She had just graduated from A&M, and she was the boss's daughter. So I had nobody. Like, I know she ain't on my side. But yeah, I remember thinking, like, girl, you got to learn quickly how to be in an office, be around these people, or else I would have walked out and left because I was so insecure. Yeah. Especially after that. Like, overhearing that and then snapping at her. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't fire me.
I did. Oh, go ahead. I did. I'm glad you brought that up, because when we were going over our notes earlier, so we have the outline of the topic, but I was going through my own, like, insecurity for me is sometimes I won't talk in places because I don't know if what I'm going to say is coming off correctly, or educated enough, or not educated enough. Am I being too much? Am I not being enough? It's easier to just shut my mouth because I don't really know. Like you're saying, I had to adapt to it. Sometimes that insecurity will creep in, and I'm just like, don't talk. Like, there's meetings that we go to, and I'm like letting my husband, like, you go do you, pastor, because I don't know, like, what is the right way to talk to pastors, what is the wrong way, like,
I don't want to sound too spiritual, but then when they start talking,
like, I don't know scriptures like that, like, so that is an insecurity.
I can say that too. In church, I do sometimes feel like that around people who've been doing it longer, or if you're in a position, a different ministry, and you know God's called you to that ministry, but people have been doing it way longer than you, have more experience, and then you start feeling inadequate, like, okay, well, I didn't go through that. So how am I supposed to
I don't know what you know.
Yeah, like, and people go deeper into it, you know, like theological, like the maps and like all that, and I'm all like, okay, I didn't go deep into that, but I know
I love that for you.
Yes, I'll be telling people, like, look, I've dabbled in this because I had to take college courses for it, but don't quote me on none of that. That's not my calling.
Yeah, if you put that in your heart, you go fishing.
Yeah, but you know, I'm glad, like, whenever that comes up when you were talking right now, like, but you learn, you didn't get you didn't get
I didn't stay petty.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah, okay, you got a little petty, but you know whenever they say, like, surround yourself who you want to become, you know, like, or that inspires, like, people, you always want to, like, surround yourself, like, to be able to feel challenged. You know, you want, because I like a challenge, you know, like, and I think that's where, when I went through that insecurity, that I was just like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not, like, all of them have degrees and like stuff like that. But
and you had to learn the car business.
Yeah, I had to go through from day one, like step, like from filing, from being a runner to filing to get to the level that I got. Like I educated myself through every single thing and know the business and know all of this, but there was a point in time that I felt so little. Like I felt like, what am I doing in here? Did they make a mistake? Did they promote me by accident? And you go through those thoughts. But I was challenged. I learned so much, and I feel like whenever you're in a room full of people that challenge you, you're good. Like get some of their wisdom. It's not a bad thing. Don't feel like you're not enough. Yeah, like exactly. Like change your mindset. You know, yes, it's probably something that you struggle with. Well, what better way to heal that wound? By learning from people that already been through it, people that will be able to teach you and educate you, and and you might get one that doesn't want to, like, they're gatekeepers and don't want you there, but hey, move on to the next, and you continue seeking, and I feel like that's what helped me throughout that, and every now and then, like, well, now that I'm working, for my husband, in our company, but I work side to side with my husband. I'm learning a lot more stuff that I didn't know, and I'm calling people, and I'm like on 1-800 lines asking questions about this product and stuff like that, or how to do this or how to do that. I really don't know. I do accounting. That's all I do. Now I'm learning like marketing. Now I'm learning about like contracts. Now I'm learning about all this other stuff that I'm just like, okay, so we're learning here, we're growing, but it doesn't make me, now it doesn't make me feel some type of way. It does challenge me. I mean, it's hard that I'm just like, what am I doing? But no, I'm going to do it, switching your mindset.
You have to. So after that happened, I remember thinking, okay, what was everybody else wearing? And let me see if I have that. How can I match things? What can I pull from my mom's closet because they dress like her? I mean, I was 18, so I don't want to dress like the older people, but I didn't have office attire. But because I didn't like run away or I didn't stay angry or whatever, I went in the next day with a positive attitude. I befriended the girl who said that. But she was like in her 40s. So to me, that was like my mom's age. So she was a woman. So I had to show her respect. But the owner of the business ended up sitting with me after a couple of years of making me just run errands and get coffee and filing and doing all the data entry. He saw that I had potential and he sat with me, studied with me, helped me get my license. So I had 2 licenses. Personal and casualty, like to sell, and also my life license, and those are hard to come by. And typically people have to go and study on their own, do whatever. But this man who's super educated, ran the business, like running his business. He was a multi-millionaire. Sat down with me every day to study with me. That's because I stopped being petty. But also, I didn't let that insecurity stop me from moving forward. Like, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to learn from these people. I'm going to grow. I didn't have God. I didn't think about faith or anything. I just thought, like, okay, so you want to do that to me? Well, I'm going to show you. That's the attitude I had. I'm going to show you I can do this. And then I did.
I will speak for the few of us, because I'm hearing you and you're like, adapting to it, and let me see what I got to do. And then hearing Claudia say, like, I like a challenge, and I'm like, I'm none of those things.
I don't like a challenge, but
you like a good fight.
But I take
you like a good, like,
I take it on.
You will grab the bull by the horns and take it on. And I'm really not that person. Maybe that's why I'm friends with both of y'all.
I'm like, nobody mess with my friend now.
But I really am. Like, if you're watching and you can relate, like, I am the type of person, like, okay, I'm going to sit here and pay my dues and let everybody, like, go. And when it doesn't work out, I'm going to still be here. Like, that's just the insecurity in me. Like, I'm not going to rise up to the challenge all the time. Like, and I mean, y'all know me personally, and like, I'm not the type to just, like, walk in and, like, have this confidence or grab the bull by the horns, and I'm just going to be, like, I'm going to be here. I'm gonna be faithful. I'm gonna just be steady in this. Like I don't see like that is not my personality. That's not a strength I have. Like that's just part of the insecurity that I have. But hearing you say like walking into a room and feeling insecure. Mm-hmm. So one thing that comes to my mind, which is what we were saying, was when I got married. So when I got married, so it's not really like walking into a room, but walking into a situation, walking into a family. I was very insecure in my role as the new mom, wife, stepmom, motherly figure, because the girls knew him better than I did. They had lived with him. They grew up with him. They cooked meals with him. They knew how he liked his food. They knew how he liked his plate, how he liked his drink, where he liked to sit. Like they knew all these things about him that I didn't know. And that hit me like an insecurity. Like I'm not insecure towards my girls, but it did kind of feel that way. Like, man, you know my husband better than I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I had to learn my place. And again, it wasn't because those are not my personality. Like I kind of had to step back and like learn it. Mm-hmm. Learn from Lisette. Learn from Layla. Like, okay, this is how he likes it. Like being secure enough in my role as his wife, but still allowing myself to learn from them.
Yeah.
Like, it took a big part of me to not be combative, not be like, no, like, this is me, this is mine. Like, I had to say, like, okay, humble myself. Like, when you talk about walking into a room and being insecure, that is what I really think of. Yeah. Like, because there are blended families out there that are struggling with that even now because, you know, maybe she has a son and the son has been so used to protecting her and guarding her and shielding her that now, you know, stepdad is coming into the figure and he's trying to be that role, but the son, like, whatever you're going through, like, you know, don't be so combative with that child. Like, that's what they know.
Yeah. So in our situation, it would be easy to, like, learn from your environment, learn from the people who are already there. But in that situation, it would be different and harder to tell somebody, learn from the kids. They've been there longer.
Yeah.
So
it was a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. Like that is such a good
It's so real.
Point.
Like, it's so real because, like, I feel like, I don't know. I think blended families go through it the most because I experienced similar stuff like that because when I felt like trying to figure out like when not to or what not
like,
to.
Am I the other woman?
Yeah,
it feels like that.
But I totally get what you're saying because when I got married with my husband, Gabby knew like, oh, my dad is gonna take a shower and she's gonna like
this
do
is what
this
he
for
likes.
him. Yeah, you know, like, or my dad likes his food really hot. And I'm all like, girl, you know, but it took like,
Did you feel challenged though?
I did feel challenged.
All the time. I did too.
Wow.
You know, so, I mean, blended family out there, you know, but we got to remember, like, these kids don't know otherwise, you know, like, Gabby didn't know, like, she grew up knowing to serve her dad, to help her dad, that was, you know, and that's where the blended family challenges come because of we're trying to figure it out. Like she needs to know that
her
she is
role.
Her role as the daughter, and I need to learn my role as a wife and as a stepmother, and not taking it out on her or her not taking it out on me.
Like we're gonna have to all blend together now.
You know, and that is so real. You know, like, and we always have to remember they're the kid. Like they don't know any better. We know more, you know, but we can get into that insecurity / jealousy phase.
Yeah, especially if they're older. They're already teenagers or adults. Yeah. I'm sure it's worse.
Being, like I know we're talking about insecurities, but being secure enough in yourself to allow that space. Like, okay, they have to adapt just as much as I do.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like, I know we talked about marriage, but also like in dating wise, you know, like you know how we kind of said like everything comes from like childhood. Like, what about the broken families that like have daddy issues or mommy issues? Like the insecurity of not being enough, like needing having abandonment issues. You know, like we have all of that's a whole nother
insecurity.
A whole nother segment.
Yes, you know, like, but that's like it's part of insecure,
yeah.
that you're people pleasing because you don't want to, you're
Right.
insecure. Yeah.
Or you become jealous or a manipulator or a liar or something comes out of that insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like being like,
I think if you're honest though with your insecurities, it won't cause you to be those things. And I think it's really hard for people to admit where they're insecure, where they don't feel confident, especially women.
Yeah.
When
humbling
it comes
yourself,
to other
you know,
women,
like,
they will bite their tongue off before they
They
admit like, you know
an
what,
insecurity.
your looks make me you know, like you're so beautiful. Who's
your
gonna say that?
personality makes me insecure.
Or your
But it also goes
success,
back
like
to,
it
like,
takes a very
humbling
humble
yourself.
woman. Yeah, it takes
you
a
know,
very humble
because
person.
you can learn from it, you know, like, and how do you know, like, you can, I feel, but
I also think that people get insecure in speaking up because maybe they've been shut down so many times. Like if they're too honest and then they get betrayed, okay, well, I'm not going to be honest anymore. I'm not going to tell anyone how I feel because then they're going to turn around and talk about me.
Yeah.
Turn around and gossip about me.
Yeah. You know, I used to be that person that didn't want to like talk to anybody or vent or anything like that. But now I think I felt like a point that who cares? Like, if they're gonna say something, it's okay. I'm venting to them, but I can tell them in that person's face too. You know, like, and if it comes out, like, I need to be okay. I mean, it's true. If I don't like you, it's because X, Y, and Z. And yes, that's the way I feel. You know.
Yeah.
But I think overcoming that fear. But again, it goes back to like I had to work into that area and secure and be okay with somebody not talking to me, somebody not being my friend, somebody not being in that relationship, somebody, you know, like I had to be okay. You know, knowing that this is me. This is what you get. You like me or not? Like, this is what I am. I can't prove it. Like, I can't prove myself every single day to you. Like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
You know,
y'all talking about
earlier,
that.
you know?
That is a lot of why I am quiet, or like I'm not like how I was saying right now. Like I may not be as outspoken because that is my insecurity. Like God's dealing with me while y'all are talking. It's not so much like take it or leave it. This is who I am, but the insecurity of if it is too much. What if it is too much? I'm not afraid. If you know me and you don't like me, that's on you. Like, I can be the type of person, like, if you don't like me, that's between you and God. I like me. My husband likes me. Like, I can be that person.
Yeah.
But I can't be the person that, what if you get all of me? And, like, unedited, unfiltered, the good days, the bad days, my opinions. What if you get all of it and I'm being vulnerable with you and you don't like it?
Yeah.
And I took that vulnerability. I was like naked in front of you. I was myself in front of you. Like I can be myself with y'all with no cameras. Like this, you get who you get. But y'all have accepted me. Like it's that fear, that insecurity of being like that with everybody. That is my insecurity. What if it's too much for people? What if it's not enough for people?
Yeah.
Like that is my insecurity. Like, I can honestly say that is, I will close people off and only allow select few to really get to know me, because what if everybody doesn't like me? I can't handle that.
Rejection.
Yeah. Me personally, I can't.
Yeah. I think, hearing you say that, it kind of does go back to like I there was a point in my life that I was that, like I didn't want to show who I was, like the funny one or the one that gets mad and wants to beat everybody up, you know, like and stuff like that. But I don't know, I think it had to go back to like
Because I know if y'all don't like something I say, we'll agree to disagree. We'll okay, that's your opinion. But you do run into people where they really want to change your opinion, and I don't know how to be combative with those people, so I just shut down.
Right, right.
That's my
the kind of people that can't just accept it and accept people for the way they are.
So I'd rather nobody get the full me.
Yeah.
I know. I've been put in situations. The Bible. They can always go back and forth with the Bible. And I'm all okay. Okay, well, teach me. Because maybe, you're probably seeing it in a whole different thing. Let me go back and read into it. I think I brought in during our New Year's. I brought something about numbers. I'm like, let me go back and to read it to it. So I've been looking stuff to read about the numbers in the Bible and what the meanings are, and comparing it to not comparing, but knowing what it means to my belief. What.
And not get intimidated.
And just kind of but there are those ones. Sometimes even in group, I'm just okay, tell me more. Let me know, because I'm not saying that I know every single thing, every single story, every single scripture in this book. Tell me.
Yeah.
But then later I'll come back and I'll be well, I don't think that's what it means. I think you're reading, stuff like that. But I can't do on the spot stuff.
Yeah.
And I think
sometimes I can't either.
Yeah. And it's hard to know everything.
Yeah. And I'm what? Let's go back and read all that, because I already forgot what it said. If you read the Bible every year, the whole Bible, there's so much in it, you're going to forget something.
Yeah.
You can't, nobody can contain everything.
But again, I'm an overanalyzer. So, I know y'all have women's groups, and you have different women, different personalities. And even in church, in ministry, at the mall, wherever I'm at, if I come across a woman with a personality, if I'm bubbly and she's having a bad day, I'm like, oh crap, did I say something too much? Is it too funny and she's sad? Or I will overanalyze everything. Yeah. So I just have to be very reserved all the time. That's how I choose.
Too many thoughts in your head.
Yeah, I'm really overthinking everything all the time.
Sometimes in my responses, whenever I send a message, I even sometimes send it to Casey. I'm all you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, because I know you're gonna overanalyze.
I'm all am I too cutthroat, or should I be a little bit more gentle? Am I making sense of what I'm trying to say?
Truth be told, she knows she's being cutthroat, and she wants me to soften it up.
Honestly,
Yes.
She's like, friend.
I'll send it to her, and then she edits it and makes it, and then she sends it back to me. I'm like, all right, copy paste. I'm like, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
That's what I said.
You know what I mean. And I'm like, I got you.
But I think it's I think we all have something, and it comes from somewhere. That we need to go back and dissect it, which is the hardest thing to do, to go back and try to figure out, dissect yourself and open wounds you already put a Band-Aid over it, not heal, but you put a Band-Aid over it, and you're moving on, but to be completely healed, it's something that you have to go back. Even if it hurts, to try to figure out so you can get further.
Why do I feel this way? Why do I feel intimidated? I know new moms who feel insecure about being moms, partly because they didn't have that example in their life, so they didn't. How are they going to raise a child or take care of a baby, because they don't know how. They've never done it before, or they don't have that nurturing mother. So what if somebody didn't teach me that, how can I give that? In those instances, you really only have to learn as you go. Yeah. You can't study how to be a good mom, really. Yeah. The Bible does tell us how to be a good mom, good wife, and all of that good stuff.
Don't come for us.
But a lot of life just comes with experience, and getting over insecurities is the same thing. Experience, learn from it, grow from it, heal from it. Everything we talk about is basically about healing and growing and learning lessons.
Because some people, and I say people because it's both and all of us, but the insecurities, you don't even realize it's, like you said, you don't realize it's coming from an insecurity.
Yeah.
You're having issues with people and dealing with things, and
yes,
and you think it's because, oh, I just don't like that about them. Like, no, there's something in you.
Yeah.
That's an insecurity that you haven't, like you said, dealt with or healed from or grown from. Like,
so I'm gonna say an instance. People who lie get on under my skin. I'll just say get on my, but they get under my skin. Like people who lie, I have a very little grace. Tolerance for, and less grace. And I'm always being told I'm too harsh, I'm too this, I'm too that. And I'm like, no, they're liars. They need to learn not to lie. Like,
and how are we going to learn that? By confronting it.
The little bit of grace I gave them was too much for somebody who lies. Like, that's my honest opinion about that. Because they will lie you to death.
Yeah.
They believe their own lies.
Yeah.
They will manipulate you. They will turn everything, like, it's not just a little lie, right? Like, it will turn your life upside down.
Yeah.
With
and they
how
really
much
believe
they
this.
lie. So I realized, though, that really does come from childhood, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, my whole family's liars.
And
this is why I don't have tolerance for liars in my own life. Like, I don't choose. I will never choose to be friends with someone who lies.
Yeah.
For that very reason. I grew up around that. Why would I want to tolerate that?
Yeah. As common denominator, when you're a child, all of this comes, like you go through all these traumas.
And I've gone through the healing, I've done all this stuff, but I still have to grow in my tolerance for people who need to grow out of that particular thing. You could be anything but a liar. I cannot stand. It is crazy.
And you know you're still growing because God keeps putting them in front of you.
Like literally in front of my face every day, and I still have less grace.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, friend. Are you saying
no,
something?
I was just laughing at that because I'm like, it's one of those things that if God's like, okay, you still got more growing to do, so here's another one. Here's another one.
The other day I was like, if one more person tells me I'm too harsh, and I'm like, no, you're just too much of a liar.
You don't like accountability. I'm not harsh.
But I do know I do have to be more graceful. But I'm not going to not tell you you're lying. Yeah. Like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
You can be anything. A prostitute off the street stealing money and kill somebody, and I will have more grace on you than a liar. I do realize that about myself. And I tell people that all the time. You can murder somebody, and I will hug you. It's going to be okay. God forgives you. But a liar, I will not. I'd be like, no, go and do your own thing. Live your own life. Like, get out of my face. I have nothing to do with you. As long as you're honest, though, in my life. As long as you're honest, we're good. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I got some deeper healing to do.
And has it been clear that she does not like liars?
Liars.
If y'all know, put it in the comments. If you're watching this, write in the comment liars.
I'm going to tell
secret word
of Fly Media, every time I say lie, give somebody like a point or something. Yeah. Do something on the video.
But I know we've talked about insecurities, and we've dabbled into how insecurities look different in different times of our life. Because as a kid, you can probably your parents couldn't. I know I went through all these traumas. It's like a therapy session. I'm on sit on the couch. I'm on whenever your neighbor had the best toy and you couldn't have it because it brought an insecurity and you. It can bring insecurity
or clothes
with you
or shoes with kids that they go to school and they see all that.
And then not only adding the bullying, because I got bullied for shopping at Payless, and when everybody had Nike and all that kind of stuff. The Fat Farm. Remember the Fat Farms?
That means you went to a rich school.
Yeah, because our school, we were wearing Walmart Jordache jeans and nobody cared.
And nobody cared. I went to school in the hood and kids was... if you had Jordans, you were rich. But you were also gangster. You stole those and we knew it.
Rich.
I feel like we all have them, and whether one way or another, and I would say if I can tell you something, being a person that is it's probably, I am insecure still. I would say that, but has overcame insecurities, like just don't be hard on yourself and know that it takes time. Like your insecurities are not going to leave you from day to night. Like it's something that's going to take work. Yes, it does take work, but it's not impossible for you to overcome these,
Absolutely.
So if I can
love yourself, be honest with yourself. I think that a lot of my insecurities had to deal with like my own identity.
Yeah.
Like feeling very confident in my body, who I am, my thoughts, how educated I am, how much money I have or don't have. Like that comes with just loving yourself.
Yeah. And not only that, like if you woke up another day, God has given, your purpose is still not done, and you can get back in school, you can get to the gym, you can, whatever that is, like that's making you feel some type of insecurity, like heal
you can turn it around.
You can,
if you really wanted to.
Yeah, be confident in who you are, because now I'm thinking, like, if there is people that are watching and they are not a certain type of way, like, you're not meant to be that way. Like,
and if you want to, do it.
Then do it. But if not, it's okay. Like, I'm surrounded with Claudia and Vanjie and my Puerto Rican girls, and they are snappy and loud, and I'm just the
but if she wants to
be, but if I want to be loud, I will be loud. But don't think that because you're not, that's an insecurity.
Right.
That's just who you are. Be who you are and be secure in that person.
Right. I also have to say, if you're not insecure in a certain area, then don't let intimidation make you feel insecure.
Yeah.
Because one can be without the other. There's been many, many times where I can feel like intimidation coming on, but I'm like, but I love myself, so why would I feel intimidated by this?
And it still makes great friendships. Like, just because you are not a certain way, don't be closed off to other people because they're the opposite of you. Like, you can still have great friendships. Just learn to be secure in your ways. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something, and you're not less because you struggle. I feel like that's something that a lot of people feel, like they don't want to go to that group, or they don't want to go be surrounded by that because they feel less of. Just because you have insecure doesn't make you a less of a person. It doesn't disqualify you. It doesn't mean that you can, like not grow, So I believe it can be healed.
Yeah.
Like it can be healed, and our healing looks differently.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't even want to be challenged because they're so insecure. And I feel like don't walk away from a challenge.
Yes.
Like go towards it head on, face it, deal with it, admit whatever you need to admit, take what you can, grow from it. It may not still be your situation or your
don't
place,
be closed off to,
but be open to a challenge because that is where your growth is going to be.
Yeah.
And that is probably where your new friends are or your new positions are. Like, you're missing so much by hiding behind what you're insecure about.
Yes. Yeah. And I always say, like, so you become who you surround yourself with. So I like to,
well, Casey, please don't become like us. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
We all three can't be like this.
But our husbands would cry in the corner.
When you were saying that, I feel like, I always thought that opposites attract, or you get along with people like opposite of you. But, like, it is a prime example that because you're strong, like exactly, and then like Casey's more common, but don't come for my friend because I will.
Because then I get crazy, and Vanjie thinks I should be on a murder mystery, so don't do that. But I say that purposely, and I'm glad we're saying it because I know women right now. We know women right now that are closed off to certain people because they think like, oh, I'm not like her. Oh, I'm not like that, so I would never get along with her. Yeah. So I'm not going to hang out with her. I'm not going to go to that group because I'm not like them. Yeah. Like, don't do that because you don't know. Like, be confident enough in yourself to know that person very well may compliment you. That may be your best friend. And because you're so insecure, you're
you
not
become judgmental.
Yeah, you're not allowing yourself the opportunity to go, like you said, to go forward and challenge yourself. And I'm not even saying go talk to them, because you may not be a talker. Like, just go be around that group. You never know. Like, you can still be secure in who you are. But that's all.
I think that in like even workplaces,
Yeah.
people won't hang out with people on certain levels in their job because they think they're not equipped or qualified, or who really knows.
Or the other way around, that the higher people think that they can't mess with the lower people as far as like departments or stuff like that, because
they probably have a different perspective of me. I'm their boss, or I'm usually telling them what to do, or I'm a leader, so I can't talk to them because
we're in a different pay bracket.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, yes.
They're only showing their insecurities.
Yes.
Like, they're probably like, I don't know.
I think it could go both ways. Yeah, absolutely. It can go both ways.
But we just kind of dabbled and scratched the surface of insecurities, you know, like, and I do believe, and I will say it out loud, like, everybody has them.
Everybody,
you know,
has them.
and I do believe we all struggle at one point. You struggled at one point, and if it's when you get to another level, there's another different kind of insecurity. You know, I feel like it happens more than we say. You know, and that's why we're here as friends, and we're gonna say it. You know,
I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah. Some people just label it different. They just think it's fear. Or something else.
That's good labeling it differently. Yeah. Well, my friends, you know, I'm glad you guys joined us for this podcast of this topic. You know, it's not a topic that we that is easy, because who wants to admit their insecurities, you know, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be able to like say it out loud, because we always hide it behind closed door, behind I don't know, something. We always hide, but it's not, you know, you're meant to heal from it, learn from it, and grow from it. You know, we're growing this year, 2026, a new year. You know, like, it's a year of growth.
A lot of people hide their insecurities behind pettiness, like I said earlier when I was 18. So if you meet somebody who's petty, or you have somebody who's petty in your girlfriend group, maybe that's why. Pray for their insecurities.
Because that's really how we describe it to kids. Like, if you think about like bullying, when your kid goes through bullying and you're trying to explain to them, they're only doing that because they're insecure about something. That never changes. It still happens when you're an adult. It comes from an insecurity.
From insecurity.
The only difference is that you don't have a parent telling you that.
Yeah.
You have us.
You are the parent.
You are the parent.
We are here to help you.
Yeah, and this is why you clicked on the episode. You know, so we can tell you.
Another in the fire.
So that's why you clicked on it. So we can tell you that you know, they're insecure about something, and you're not
Let
the problem.
your sisters help you. Nobody's the problem.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy this episode as much as we did. And we like having these conversations and just picking at each other's brain, because we all grew up different. We all grew up different. We all live different lives. I don't know, but I guess similar.
Yeah. I also think that this can go to like the wife who has maybe an insecure husband, or a husband who has an insecure wife. Like, help each other out in that area.
Yeah, definitely.
We haven't touched on a lot of things. Like, this goes so many ways.
Okay, you know what? Yes, talking about marriage. You know, that's like a whole nother thing. Maybe we should leave that for a segment of a marriage.
Special.
Yeah.
Or get somebody on here to talk about their journey through insecurity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guest speakers. If you have gone through that, let us know.
Yes.
Because it could have caused a whole thing in your life, and we want to hear about it.
Yeah. We got to help somebody else.
Yes.
And don't forget to chime in, you know, something that you can put in the comments, you know, a little private message, an email, or whatever it is, you know, and let us know, like, something that you overcame or that you're insecure about. We're here also to listen to you, friends, and just encourage you and we'll work out through the process with it. We'll start asking questions. Well, Vanjie is more of the professional here.
Yes.
She'll start diving into it.
I love all the stories. All of them.
And just remember that you're not alone.
You're not consumed.
Another is in the fire.
Bye, guys. See you next time.